What's up, you guys? Steve here with another stimulus package update as of today, Tuesday, October the 21st. And we now have a new deadline. That's right. After we saw Nancy Pelosi not meet her own self-imposed 48-hour deadline, we now have received word from Mark Meadows that there is a new plan forward, and it is to have a bill ready by the end of the week. So essentially, a new 48-hour deadline. So I'm going to get you caught up on the details. Also, we have received word, good news, all of Congress now is coming together and helping to draft up this bill. So before it was pretty much a two-person show, Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin. Well, now they're all coming together to get this done. So hopefully we're going to see something here very soon. So I'm going to get you caught up on all the details of what Nancy Pelosi has said, what Mark Meadows is saying, and also what Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is doing and saying as well. So I'm going to get you caught up on all of the details in this video, and if you like that, once again, if you could do me a quick favor before we dive in, just smash the like button. I would appreciate it. YouTube's success is based on interaction, so like button and comments helps out the channel. Thank you so much for the support. And also, once again, if you'd like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way, as soon as I upload these videos, you can be notified right away. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. All right, you guys, so now let's take a look at what Nancy Pelosi had to say in her latest letter. These are coming out almost every day. Luckily, this one's really short. I'm just going to cover it briefly for you. Link in the description below if you'd like to see it for yourself. And she gives us an update at the current status of the negotiations. And she mentions her deadline and says it was actually a good thing even though she didn't meet it, and said that it helped them make progress forward, which was actually true. So let's take a look at it right now. October 20th, 2020, she writes, "Dear Democratic colleagues, since Sunday, we've been making some progress in setting forth areas of agreement and disagreement in order to decide how we can reach a compromise. Today, Secretary Mnuchin and I spoke at 3 p.m. Our conversation provided more clarity and common ground as we move closer to an agreement. Today's deadline enabled us to see that decisions could be reached and language could be exchanged, demonstrating and both sides are serious about finding a compromise." All right, you guys, so I don't really feel it's necessary to read the next couple paragraphs. I'll just jump down to the last one where it says, "For the people, we ensure that help is on the way. I remain hopeful that we can reach an agreement before the election. It will be safer, bigger, and better, and it will be retroactive." So here we're saying pretty much that she's saying they're making progress. They still haven't gotten an agreement yet, but they're still moving forward. And this is actually a very positive tone. This is a lot better than we've seen before in the past where pretty much they're playing the blame game. So this is actually, in my opinion, a very good sign. All right, you guys, so now let's take a look at what Mark Meadows said in an interview yesterday, and with this new deadline that we're going to be seeing rolling out, hopefully having something ready by the end of the week.
But we're going to get you the answer here, hopefully. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows joins us now. It's good to have you. Where do the negotiations stand?
Well, I just got off the phone with Secretary Mnuchin. As you know, he had about a 45-minute phone call with Speaker Pelosi, and as they were working together, we've made good progress, and even further progress today. We're still have a number of open items that still remain as of today. What we've decided to do is actually work with some of the committees on both the Senate, House committees, the corresponding committees, whether it be on tax or appropriations or health and human services. And so as we get those committees together, they're going to look at some of the language. But I want to stress we're not.
Okay, so I just want to stop it there because you can hear him say that there's still a couple of items that they need to resolve. But like he mentioned, there's committees now coming together that are working on this. So this is a very good sign. All right, let's keep going.
Just down to a difference of language and a few dollars. We still have a ways to go, but I would say that the conversations today were productive enough to continue to have discussions tomorrow, which the Speaker and the Secretary plan to do exactly that tomorrow afternoon.
Where are we on the total size of the package at this point, which has also been a big sticking point and moving target?
It has been a big sticking point. As you know, the Secretary and I have actually increased the offer from the $1 trillion mark that we started with. It went to 1.3, then 1.5. It currently sits at about 1.88. Speaker Pelosi continues to stay at her $2.2 trillion mark or 2.4, depending on what she puts in the package. So there's still several $100 billion apart between the two parties. State and local spending is still an issue that remains largely unchanged and still with a long ways to go. But that being said, what we're trying to do is take some of the policy differences that would be poison pills for Senate Republicans, work with our Senate colleagues, working with Leader McConnell and his team and his corresponding chairman of committees, to try to at least get the language in a place that even if we can work on the numbers. I spoke to the president a couple of times on this today. He's been very, very bullish on trying to make sure that if it's just a dollar amount that we're disagreeing on, that we perhaps increase the amount of money that we have for support for small businesses and PPP, that we provide some additional tax incentives for onshoring for manufacturing coming from abroad to the United States, or that we increase those direct payments to both adults and children that have really suffered under this pandemic slowdown. And so right now it's twofold. So it's not just the money, but we're still several $100 billion apart in terms of reaching a deal. So I would think that those discussions hopefully will make progress again tomorrow and perhaps the following day. And everybody is working real hard to try to make sure that we can get some kind of an agreement before the weekend, at least so that we can help set the agenda for the following couple of weeks legislatively for both Senate and House.
Mark, you mentioned there Senate Republicans, and you also mentioned prior to that the progress between Speaker Pelosi and Secretary Mnuchin. Are Senate Republicans now the biggest hurdle to getting a deal over the line before the election?
No, it's a great question. Actually, I think the biggest hurdle of getting a deal still remains Speaker Pelosi. If I were to characterize it in one way, we've continued to offer a number of different options, a number of different compromises, whether it's a small bill that we would add to as Leader McConnell and the Senate Republicans are working on, or whether it's actually increasing the offer from the Republican side coming from the White House. We've done that, but I can say that the Speaker largely has remained unchanged, even though the number came down from her original HEROES Act. I don't know that there were a whole lot of compromises that were made, as much as she changed timelines to just lower the total amount of money. And so the biggest stumbling block remains Speaker Pelosi and her unwillingness to take yes for an answer.
All right, you guys, so there you heard it. Pretty much White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows is saying that they're going to be their goal now is to have something ready by the end of the week, by the weekend. So hopefully we'll have that. And now we have received word that there are committees all working together to try to get something done. So this was actually re-emphasized this morning that they want to get something done pretty much within the next 48 hours. Next, we need to deal with the Senate, who has actually become a big question mark as to whether or not they're going to be a stumbling block for us to come to some sort of agreement. Because originally we had heard from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell that he would go ahead and support anything that White House officials and Nancy Pelosi came to an agreement upon. But remember, that was back when we were having Republicans say $1 trillion. Now they're up to $2 trillion, and he's saying he doesn't know that fiscally responsible Republicans in the Senate will support and vote a larger stimulus package agreement. So we heard that yesterday he went to White House officials and said, don't pass this, don't do it. He said it's not going to get the support, and this is merely a distraction from Nancy Pelosi to keep us from voting on the new Supreme Court justice. So Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is secretly not supporting this, but he said he's going to go ahead and put it on the Senate floor when they receive it. And as a matter of fact, yesterday we saw Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell place on the Senate floor a new standalone bill for another round of funding for PPP. Now, we've already said that we all need to look to Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi to get a stimulus package agreement, because Nancy Pelosi will have the support of the Democrats, Steve Mnuchin has the support of the White House, and then hopefully we'll get the Republicans in the Senate to support it as well. However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is pretty much doing his own thing. I guess maybe he was thinking like they didn't meet their 48-hour deadline, so maybe then Democrats will support this so that way we can try to get something out. But surprise, surprise, it didn't pass. You need to get support from everybody to make it pass, because if they don't agree with it, they're not going to vote for it. So they got 57 votes of approval. They needed 60. They actually did get 5 Democrats to vote for it, but it did not pass. So maybe he was thinking that it would pass, but it didn't. Some people are saying these are merely messaging bills coming from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to make it look like, hey, elections are coming up, I'm working away to try to get something done. But a lot of people are saying it's just making it look like he's trying to make it look like he's working, and he's actually not in the loop or a part of what's actually taking place to get something done. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Well, you guys, that is your stimulus package update as of right now on Wednesday, October the 21st. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date as more information rolls out, but it looks like we've got a new deadline. It looks like we have committees working on drafting up the official bill, and hopefully we'll see something by this weekend and get something passed before elections. So once again, if you haven't already, if you like these updates, if you could just do me a quick favor, smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload these videos, you can get them right away. Follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And also, if you'd like the chance to get 3 free stocks, link in the description below. When you download the Webull app, you can get 3 free stocks. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.